Welcome to the Turntables Podcast. Here we are once again. I got my co-host DJ Ray Funk and Two Turn Edward. We up in here. We in here. You know. Perfect. No, y'all thought it was just gonna be a few episodes, a couple episodes, but we're still here.
Yeah,
we still show up.
We missed a week, but
that's all good.
We're back on track. We got to get back on track. Life hits us sometimes, and you know we gotta just sit down when life hits us sometimes.
Let it slap us around just a little bit, and you know,
wrestle. The wrestle's real.
Say thank you very much. Can I have another?
Yeah, that's the attitude, pretty much.
Yep.
So y'all keep on doubting and doubt some more.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, or don't.
got a coffee here. Good.
That looks coffee. That looks good. That coffee looks delicious.
That was my only cup, so I would offer y'all some. But
what kind of creamer did you use on that one?
Just the Starbucks one, generic.
You would have offered us some, but what?
I ran out, man.
I brought my own, dude.
Just selfish.
Look how it had it was started up here. Now I'm
Damn, every man for himself then, I guess.
Bro, I've been drinking 2 of these a day.
Bro.
But
gonna kill your kidneys.
But it's okay. The coffee that I get, it's like super concentrated, so I put like a little bit, and I fill it up the rest with water.
Oh, is it the cold brew?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is it the Starbucks or the Stoke?
Some I don't know, some off-brand kind. I think.
Okay. I got that Mexican honey.
Ah.
I got that real Mexican honey.
Shout out to my mother-in-law. She got it for me. You got Mexican honey?
Yeah. $20 a jar. Hit me up. Got that.
Oh, you're selling it?
Yeah.
Oh,
got that Mexican honey for the low on the honey plug.
You said $20?
Yeah.
I might get
big
one.
Big ass mason jar like that big.
Wow. Where'd you get it from? You don't want to name your sources?
No, but my mom gets it from Mexico.
So it's like somebody that has a beehive and
Mama's the plug.
Bro, if you ever notice, like honey is expensive.
No, it is.
Like,
it is.
You know,
because
I like putting it in my protein shake.
Yeah,
really.
Instead of like using sugar or any sweetener.
Wow, that's a good supplement.
Yeah,
I've never thought of that. That's a great idea, actually. Is it good?
Yeah, she brought it to because I have bronchial asthma, and my lungs flare up from it's like I was telling Ray earlier, all those years of smoking all them Swisher sweets.
Yeah, I remember.
and inhaling all that nasty ass tobacco.
That wacky tobacco.
Yeah. And she brought it to make me a tea, you know, like that old school Mexican mother that she is.
Yeah.
Oh, te tengo que hacer un té.
That's funny.
The tea cures everything.
So that's cool that you're doing the honey, and it does help with allergies. Now, the doctors say is use get a local honey.
Local honey,
really?
Because all the pollen that's around here, it'll help you with what's around here.
The north side atmosphere,
sort of like give you immunity.
So you can stay in it.
Yeah, it helps you with your immunity.
Wow, that's interesting.
Like even though it's from Mexico, it's cool, but it's gonna help you repel from Mexico.
Yeah,
stuff,
Mexico's air.
Yeah, I got some.
I wonder how if Mexico air is better or worse. It's probably better.
Mexico air,
certain air,
probably better.
The atmosphere.
Since there's less vehicles driving around.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, unless they get stolen from you, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's up, guys? What's new? How's y'all's week been going?
Horrible, bro. Like that's why we didn't have an episode last week. That's why we won't. When y'all see this today, that's why there's not.
We're gonna be missing 1 week.
Yeah.
So
y'all gonna get this episode next week.
Yeah, I guess that's why you didn't get a new episode last week. Once you're seeing this,
right? So stay tuned.
Yeah,
man, dude, I was dying, bro. Like,
so tell us what happened.
What happened, man?
Why didn't we come Wednesday?
So I guess this is for the listeners too. Y'all can listen. It's like what I told you to be aware of yesterday when we were in the jacuzzi, because I guess I was in the steam room, and I like transitioning from hot to cold, and that's not smart anyways. But I went from the steam room to the hot tub, and from the hot tub, then I went into the pool, and then like the next day I had body aches and sweats. You know what I mean? I was like sweating. I had body aches.
Yeah.
I was sneezing and crap. I was like, man, I was dying, man. I was dying. I
Yeah, we're going through that right now. My wife is
How's
just
she doing?
yesterday. Yeah, she's okay right now. She's sleeping. She said her chest is on fire, but she has asthma. Just actually, to be quite honest with you, it just kind of like came out of nowhere. So she's never had any lung issues.
It's
doesn't-
Jairo's fault.
that she doesn't smoke, and then it's got to be with COVID because she did have COVID.
Is
at
she
one point.
is she coughing like a? Is she coughing so hard like it's almost
It's
coughing up
not
her
even
insides?
not even coughing right now. It's just not breathing.
Oh, she's not breathing.
Yeah.
Dang.
So she's able to breathe out. It's breathing in
Yeah,
that has she has the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So that came out of nowhere. So, oh my God, this guy
Review.
is a little high maintenance. Excuse me, guys.
It's all good.
shut that baby up.
He wants to.
Nah, I'm just
He wants outside, and he'll come back in about a minute.
Go and get
Pushing.
that dog's got ADD.
So, anyways, so she started saying, "I don't feel good." I'm like, "Oh, okay. What's going on?" She did this maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and it was nothing. It was just like just a change of the season or whatever.
Right.
And yesterday she was like, "I think I have a fever," and she starts measuring her temperature. I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's 101." I'm like, "Oh damn." So by the time I get home, she's like, "I'm gonna go see if go get tested for COVID and all this other stuff and the flu," and she came back negative. So just something viral, but it's just being around all these people. We went to a concert on Sunday, and just being around all these people.
Yeah.
Just y'all be careful. It's still out there.
Yeah, it's going around, man.
Cootie's still out there.
Germs.
Yep.
Germs. Speaking of such, how's y'all's weight loss journey going? For
Man, it's still pretty
for
like
that last vid.
consistent. Like I really haven't lost or gained,
Mhm.
and I haven't been going to the gym.
Mhm.
I have actually packed my bag and I have it in my truck just so I could go after work.
Right.
But this week's just kind of been a challenge. It's just
Yeah. Feeling is mutual. I know I had to change my my diet. I'm doing the OMAD diet. I know I
OMAD.
was telling y'all earlier,
Right.
but one meal a day, and I'm just doing it. I'm starting in the mornings. That way,
Mhm.
I can, because I feel like it's enough to get me
through the whole day.
So the hardest part is when I stay up past 10.
Yeah.
That's when the snack attack wants to come.
right.
The snack monster.
Right.
And I'm like, shoot. So I'm like I've actually been feeling sleepier too, which is
Oh, okay.
weird.
Okay.
But because I've been waking up super early just to get ahead of trying to prepare my food, and then and then just eating it for that hour. But yeah, dude, I've been like 1,800 calories for the first meal on the
Wow.
OMAD. I try at least. I can't always do it.
What-
It's only been 3 days, but
Right.
the first day I was able to, but the second day I think I made like 1,500 calories. But I feel like that's why I'm losing
So
weight.
what's your breakfast been these
Oh my
past 3
God,
days?
It's the worst. What I started out with was just the regular big little meat deal. The what is it called? Not the hamburger meat. The
Okay. Yeah, the ground beef.
ground beef. I got just cooked that thing up, and then I got a little bit of some egg,
Yeah.
mixed it up, and ate it like that. And I ate it with some some keto tortillas,
Yeah.
and because it's low calories.
Right.
So,
Right.
and I got that avocado oil.
Yeah.
I'm trying that. Yeah,
It's pretty good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't really taste the difference.
yeah. You don't.
It does cook a little hotter, so
Yeah.
you could get it up pretty high and pretty
Right.
hot, and you could fry up some things and
Yeah.
make them taste.
I'm
Pretty-
taking your
pretty
word
good.
for it. So it's to me. I don't know the difference really.
So
much.
what it
is
is-
the difference again?
The processed oils.
Right.
So like so for first of all, corn and any seed oil is like supposedly bad for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I remember.
They're bad for you, and the way they're processed is really what's the issue. My guy.
He wants to be on too.
Bro.
You got to get him a mic.
Yeah,
A little
he's
miniature
probably got a
mic.
little miniature mic, but I don't know why he's being extra right now. It's because his mama's over there, and
Yeah,
he thinks he could get around and
and boss you around.
So so the oils, they're really bad for you. That's a lot of the issue with they're finding all these studies that these oils are like what's causing a bunch of the ADD And
Interesting.
you know, yeah, it's all linked to like mental and people's, you know, how, and especially like weight gain,
Yeah.
things like that. That's why America's so
Fat.
so yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll say fat,
Overweight.
overweight, is because of these
Obese.
oils. Yeah, because everything's being cooked in these oils.
I mean, yeah, the fast food restaurant chains and
Yeah,
all that's not
yeah.
good for
Canola
us.
canola oil. What are the other ones?
I heard that olive is okay.
No, olive is good for you.
Virgin oil.
It's yeah, it's virgin oil. It's
wonder
just the
why they
way it's
call it that.
processed though. So like that avocado oil, there's a certain process. I can't even remember what it is, but it's the most healthiest.
Yeah, that's what I've been using. So I'm on my third day, but I feel like I've already lost 2 pounds just from doing it 2 days,
Oh wow.
3 days. I mean,
Well, good deal, man.
yeah. So,
I hope you don't win.
yeah, that's what it's looking like. It looks like I'm gonna win, but I don't know.
I don't know. Jairo's
we'll see how-
pretty
we'll see.
pretty
I don't know.
was pretty excited.
We'll see
I
how
don't know.
our ideas work.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Otherwise, 50 each. 50 each. By the way, hold on. Let me.
No, I do see the changes in
Let me get
y'all's-
up and.
for the viewers. We
I lost weight.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure. 'Cause
yeah,
you were,
no, that for sure.
I'll be honest, you were a fat ass. I was just like,
No denying.
you'd walk
No
in the room,
denying.
you'd
No
walk,
denying that.
you'd walk in the room and I'd cringe.
Exactly.
I'm just playing. bro.
Exactly. Me too, man.
Ugh. God. Respect yourself.
Hey, now it's Jairo, and now it's what the heck? So you gotta like, oh snap! Jairo's walking in.
Have some self-respect.
That's good, man. You guys are doing good, man. I'm proud of you.
Have
Thank
a
you.
low-fat
Proud of you
yogurt.
too, Ray.
Yeah,
Proud of
yeah,
you too, man.
that's-
You're in there still.
Yeah, I'm still. So once I start working out, y'all need to watch out.
Waiting on that day. Waiting on
when
that
I
day.
do, right? No, I have been going. It's just not consistent. It's not very consistent. Like I've been trying to make it to do like at least 3 times a week, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If you could do 3 times a week, you could do 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you could do 4, you could do 5.
Also,
Yeah.
like 10,000 steps, bro. If you can aim to get 10,000 steps a day instead of exercising, you're good. You'll lose a pound after 10,000 steps.
Sounds time-consuming.
It is, but you know, think about the time you spend at the gym. It's about the same time. It takes, I think, for me, what I experienced, it took about, I think, maybe 4.5 hours to get my 10,000 steps when I was already like at 2,000 steps.
10,000 steps. Wow.
Took me like
that's-
4
You
hours.
know what I noticed yesterday? Like when I was just changing my shirt, like, because after we did that roller thing, I don't even know what the hell that thing's called.
It's like a
that
machine
that
that you
wagon,
put
it's
weight
a-
on there.
it's
It's
a
super
wagon.
heavy. Yeah, it's a wagon.
There's like 45-pound plates.
you
There's
gotta
like 8
push
45-pound
it.
plates.
as hard
So
as you can. It
you-
doesn't go fast.
You push it forward.
You're
or
pushing
push it-
heavy weight.
You push
Yeah,
it
yeah.
across this. You push it across this turf inside the gym.
Oh, I've seen those.
It's,
Yeah, I've seen those.
I don't know how much. It's probably from the length of your house, from the front to back.
Oh wow. So
maybe.
you got to push it. Yeah.
Yeah, pushing it back and forward, and it's tough. It was hard. It was a good exercise.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Anyways, like I noticed that when I got home, bro, like my stomach, bro, looked like tight. It looked tight. You know what I mean? Like it
like
tightened.
it was working your abs out.
Because think about it. Whenever you're doing that, you're lifting. You're
Yeah.
going like this. Like your
Oh,
knee,
yeah,
your
yeah.
knees are pretty much going
High.
up to your
High knees.
yeah.
It's probably everything. It's probably your legs, your abs, your shoulders. and
Definitely
your arms.
cardio exercise. It's like a cardio type of
Yeah.
exercise. I
Huh.
was definitely out of breath after we were done.
Yeah, we did it
So-
like 5 times, which is basically 10 times.
Yeah,
Oh, back and forth.
back and forth.
Wow.
Yeah, one for me, I was doing the front and then I was pulling it back, which is crazy exercise. So if y'all ever wanna, if y'all are at 24-hour fitness and y'all see us doing that, come holler at us. So you come join us, do it with us.
Tell them they're wimpy.
Like Andrew Tate.
So I just wanted to talk to the listeners real quick.
Hold on. So I was gonna get into
Oh,
some
okay.
of the things really quick.
Like what? Oh yeah.
Be a
about what?
little more transition into it.
Oh, okay. That's all right,
Easy
we can do that.
transition.
We can do that.
Yeah, work on your transition.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, so there's a lot of things that happen, since we've missed a few podcasts. Sorry. But yeah, man, what you guys thinking about the Olympics? The Olympics started I think what was it last week? Last Friday, Thursday.
I honestly don't care about the Olympics, man. The only reason why I started paying attention to the Olympics because they were saying how their intro like was mocking to Christianity or something like that, and that's the only thing that caught my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never really cared too much of watching the Olympics, just because it was boring to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's a big thing nationally.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of things coming up, like
Yeah.
popping up on my feeds. Like,
what are you getting at from it? Like, what are you getting?
I honestly, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it either, just because they're long and just kind of drawn out, and it's kind of a cool spectacle. Usually, they are pretty cool spectacles, but that's the first thing that I heard, that they were mocking like Christianity.
Yeah, the
you know,
Last Supper.
Last Supper, and all that, and it was kind of like pretty egregious is what they were doing.
What were they doing? What was the specific?
My understanding is there was like transvestites,
Bunch of drag queens,
you know.
and they all lined up like they were at the Last Supper, and they had a heavy set drag queen in the middle, like basically mocking Jesus Christ.
What, they're thinking they're the new like Reformation or something, or the new
No, what I think is
life
that,
changing.
what I think is that they knew that the whole world, like nationwide, was gonna see this,
Yeah,
Worldwide.
and they
worldwide.
and they took advantage. They took advantage. They wanted to be seen, and they took advantage of the Olympics.
The agenda did.
Yeah.
Whatever agenda that. Well, not only that, but like I think they were like, from the videos, the clips you sent. I was watching some that there were some how they were like exalting the Greek gods, and I guess almost worshiping. Like it looked like a ceremony of worship to the Greek gods and the ancient gods. And I'm like, interesting.
Yeah, and then at the end they were like, they did like some kind of like ceremonial thing where there was literally like a black bull. No, a black bull, a golden bull, a golden calf.
Yeah,
it's
like
right
from the
there.
Old Testament.
Yeah, and they're like, they're singing around it and stuff like that.
Idol worship.
It reminds me a lot about like the Old Testament, like how when God was mad at all the people that were being like, basically homosexuals, and they're having orgies, and they're like, you know what I mean, they're doing all that foul stuff.
Are you talking about Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that reminded me of, like basically those, like, those transvestites were just like showing like, hey, we're still here.
Yeah.
We're still here, and we don't care, and we're just as good as you know what I mean, like we need to be recognized. They needed to be recognized, you know what I mean?
Disciples.
Yeah. And it's kind of messed up. It's kind of it's really disgusting.
To me, it's like mockery. It's like
Yeah, definitely mockery.
They're trying to make themselves look like they're the next big thing, or the next life-changing, I guess, way of life. Because if you think about the disciples, they were there on a mission to preach the gospel, to go into all the world and share to all nations the gospel of Jesus Christ. And they have the Olympics, they have an agenda too, to push homosexuality and all that transvestite, all this type of lifestyle, and they're putting it in front of our faces, and they're making it a mockery of how God went about it, and they're trying to obviously, copy God, but and to me, it's the wrong way. It's not right, and they're making a mockery of God too. Like, who else? They're not doing they're not doing that to Buddhism. They're not doing that to all these other religions out there.
Mm-hmm.
They want to mock Christianity overall in general. Every single time, people who are in opposition want to do that and make Christ like, oh, he's not a God. He's not God. He's not the Son of God. There's no God. There's this. Live how you want to live. Do this. There's always this opposition on how God wants you to live, because it's for a reason. It's for a certain reason, and people want to rebel automatically because of our natural ways. We want to go this way, but God's telling us to go this way almost always. So it's like, to me, I'm glad I didn't watch the dang Olympic, because I obviously didn't miss out on anything. I obviously didn't miss out on anything. So it's like, whatever, you know. It's in Paris too. It's like, I don't,
Yeah, it's like 7 hours difference. Like,
yeah, I don't. I'm
it's-
not even, dude. I don't. Even, so that's how I feel about it. How you feel about it, Jairo?
I found scriptures especially for this. Romans 2:5, and thanks to them for doing that. This brought up this brought up this brought up something for me. Like, you know, everybody, we always like acknowledge, God is loving, and God is kind, and God is loving and nurturing, and he's there for us and all this stuff. But people seem to like pretend like they forget that like he's the creator and he's gonna judge. Like everybody's gonna be judged at the end. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like have your fun now. You know what I mean? Like have all your fun now, and mock Jesus Christ on national worldwide news. I mean on the Olympics, because they knew that it was gonna come out, and they knew that everybody was gonna make a spectacle of it, just like how it's being made a spectacle of now. They knew they wanted to be seen, so now they're seen, and
Mm.
it's just like, and it just brings up about these certain scriptures. So here's Romans 2:5. It says, "But because you are stubborn and refuse to turn away from your sin, you are storing up terrible punishment for yourself. For a day of wrath is coming when God's righteous judgment will be revealed." See, I don't know about everybody else, but I know the good things that God can do, and I know the miracles that he has performed. But just as nice and beautiful and glorious and great and good that those things are, God can be just as like basically cruel. You know what I mean? But cruel to the cruel. You know what I mean? And people might think that it's like, oh, I thought God is supposed to be loving. I thought God is, well, you know what I
God
mean?
is love. God is love.
Yeah, God is love,
all
and
they say.
he is love. You know what I mean? Don't get it.
But he's just as well.
Right. And it's just like, you should be afraid, like a lot of the reason why I walk the way I walk, or I try my best, I'm not perfect. I like, kind of like walking on eggshells, because you should be kind of, you kind of should be, because, we're not going to be here forever. And there is going to be a day that you have to answer for basically all the messed up things that you've done, that you don't like want to change, and you don't want to repent from these things that you've been doing. They're bad. I know that there's good people out there and they try, you know what I mean? Those, I feel like those are the ones that are like, they're going to make it to heaven and stuff like that. But it's like people fail to realize, like, all those people mocking Jesus Christ, like, what do they think, bro? You know what I mean? Like, what do they think? That they're not going to pay for that?
I know
Probably
they
not
are.
in this lifetime.
I
Maybe,
know they're
maybe,
no.
maybe, maybe
gonna,
not.
They're gonna pay. If they don't change their ways and stop mocking God, the Creator of the heavens and earth, they're gonna pay one way or another. The wrath of God is on them because they're obviously denying God. So it might look all fancy and nice and the way they did the whole bit, but you don't know their life. You don't know their struggle. You don't know what they're gonna go through. You don't know if there's some of them are suffering with AIDS or cancer or whatever. Nothing. There's God's wrath. God's wrath is real until I really believe things like that are designed for people to humble themselves and search for truth, to search for God, because you know, your life is but a mist. Your life is but a breath. Your breath away from dying. Anyone is. And I feel like it's important for anyone to know, to find out what the truth is, to search for truth. And for me, it's Jesus Christ. He's the way, the truth, and the life. And I've encountered the Lord, and I feel like there's so much evidence, there's so much videos of people's testimonies and witnessing of experience or encounters of God. And it's like, I mean, God's real and he says certain things for a reason. It's to better our life, not to make our life a living hell. Even though sometimes the trials are real and there's a real devil and things come and life tries you, but you still got to hold on to the faith. Even this whole month for me, it feels like it's been feeling like a drought. I feel like been heavy. It's been like it's just been like a weight of just being tired and just worn out. And I feel like I could barely communicate with God. I feel like I was barely doing anything that's spiritual. Like my spiritual walk has been weak. But I've been just those little communion times where I'm just trusting God and even try to put on worship. Even the worship felt heavy for me. And for a while, for this whole month. But now it's like I'm still trying to just doing my best, man. I feel like I'm getting over that hill, that high mountain, that high hill right now. Even though there's probably still more to go, there's probably many more hills that I got to go over. It's just I'm finally seeing the peak of it. Like I can actually take a breath. I feel like I've been drowning, and I feel like I'm going back up above the water to take a breath.
Yeah.
And but it's like I appreciate life more, man, because when I go through these hard things and I can actually feel like I can take a breath again, I'm like, it's refreshing. It really is refreshing. And but yeah, that's where I am with all that.
So with that being said, okay, I mean, you're obviously not going to watch the Olympics.
I might watch some. It's like maybe boxing or something, like things that I like.
I'd boycott
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, there you go.
And so here's another one.
Yeah.
Romans,
That's what I've been hearing about people. Hold on, that's what people have been saying, right? By boycott.
boycotting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there with them.
Why though?
Because of that. Even though it's not the athlete's fault that they did all that crap.
It's the agenda, the people behind it.
But they okay, I just thought of this right now. Like
Dude.
I hope
uh-huh.
that the trans community gets backlash from athletes for people boycotting. You know what I mean?
Well, I think Samsung they backed away from their deal. I think it was like a multi-million-dollar deal.
Really?
Oh wow.
Like hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
They backed away
It's like-
from. They didn't want nothing to do with that. I guess they don't stand for that. Is
It's
what
like they're
saying.
losing. I didn't even know that. See, like
Yeah,
they're
I saw
losing
that.
money. They're losing respect. It's like now people like if I had a kid that was a athlete and they're in the Olympics, I'd be pissed off at that community. Like, hey, what are y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like y'all just made a mockery. Not just that, but y'all made
Yeah.
y'all are like
Yeah.
y'all are stepping on my child's toes now.
Beliefs. Yeah.
Like not like all belief stuff aside.
Yeah, I think it would have been fine if they would have just left,
Religion.
religion out of it.
Yeah, it's like now you're stepping on athletes' toes
How are they stepping on athletes' toes?
Well,
because people are going to be boycotting and not wanting to watch. All just because of what they did in the beginning.
Athletes get paid for that, right?
No,
They're not really.
no.
doing
These
anything.
guys they don't it's just kind of for
See who's
for
the
America,
greatest.
for who's the greatest. Yeah, who's the greatest
What
in the
country's
world.
The greatest. Yep.
Yep. For their country.
Bragging rights is all. This
Yeah,
for.
bragging rights. I mean, of course, if you do win gold, like some of the people that win gold, they get
Oh, yeah.
endorsements and things like that
Yeah,
and make their money
stardom.
that way.
Yeah.
But if you go up there and you're like, this third world country that you send two people down there
Yeah.
and they don't win anything, they're like, okay, well, go back and try again next. You got 4 more years to try again.
Right. Yeah.
Do they get drafted and stuff? Like, I mean, not drafted, but drafted to like
Qualify.
professional sports.
Like qualify. There's like qualifiers for, like each sport has like a qualifying. You have to qualify for it.
Boycott the Olympics, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
so that's pretty polarizing. So another polarizing thing that happened that we kind of missed out on was that thing that happened in Pennsylvania with Trump.
Hold on,
Oh.
before we go there. Sorry,
Yeah.
bro. Hold on.
Go for
I'm
it,
still
go for
on
it.
them, bro. I'm still on y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Come on.
that's crazy to me, bro. Like what they did is just crazy. We'll go there. We'll get there.
That's
But
fine.
so Romans 1:18, real fast.
All right.
Romans chapter 1 verse 18 says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, specifically men who suppress the truth and unrighteousness." Those are all men right there. Those are all men that are just sitting there mocking the Last Supper,
Yeah.
right? Dressed as women. And if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty dang ungodly. You know what I mean? What they're doing, dressing up as women, like it's freaking Halloween or something. You know what I mean? Like, just, I mean, I get it that they're probably gone through some things and this is how they self-identify. Yeah, okay, sure. But deep down, bro, like, you're wrong, bro. Like, deep down, that this is not right. Deep down, you can't even walk out in public without the whole world looking at you like there is something wrong. And it's unfortunate, because I'm sure I might be wrong. But, I mean, I feel like there's no other explanation for certain people to act a certain way besides, like, mental illnesses. And that's sad, bro. That's sad. because
Yeah.
it's some of these people, they genuinely just don't know any better,
They're lost.
and
A lot of
that's
people are
sad.
lost.
And that's like,
A lot of
I think
people.
of that verse that says the poor in spirit will inherit the kingdom.
Yeah. What about it?
Because I feel like there literally is some, okay, because most people, let's say 99.999% of people know good from wrong. You know what I mean? They know right from wrong.
But
And
some
they
don't. A lot
yeah,
of don't.
and that like little 0.0001% just don't.
I feel like a lot of people's filters are jacked because I feel like over time my filter was jacked, bro. I used to believe that I could do anything and still go to church and be okay. Uh, I used to think, having sex outside of marriage was okay. I used to think drinking and getting drunk was okay. Taking drugs was okay. I used to think all these things were okay until I encountered the Lord in my room and I read the scripture and I believed what it said because nobody else was teaching me this stuff. My religion, my background, my family, it was never spoken about. I mean, we like I guess for me and like I was always trying to hide things and I thought hiding thing was good. It was okay. You hide the truth or tell a white lie. It was never okay because it did something inside of me. It was destroying me. I couldn't be open and vulnerable to talk about how I was really feeling. I was afraid all the time. I was insecure. And that's not the will of God. That's not the will of God for your life, to people to live like this. It's like his whole goal is for us to live free. For me. And so, that's yeah, poor in spirit. The poor in spirit, I feel like I think that word is for like the humble. Like humble people.
All right, so I like this one a lot. It's 1 John chapter 4 verse 1 through 3. Beloved, basically I feel like when he's saying beloved, is speaking to all the believers and the people that basically like know what's up with God and they know about the Holy Spirit, they know about these holy things. So it's saying beloved, like referring to us. Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. But this you know, the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard was coming and now is in the world already. It's no secret that the Antichrist is here, because it is here. Here, whatever it is, it's here in spirit. And that day, I feel like that was the Antichrist like showing itself. You know what I mean? I feel like that was the Antichrist basically revealing itself, you know, to the world. You know what I mean? Because also there was a part where I don't know if y'all saw, there was like a presentation where there was like a horse and it's running in dark. It's like it's dark and there's water and it's running and it's a pale horse and it's like and it's at the Olympics. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I saw the video.
It's like they're doing this, they're making this presentation, and they're doing this thinking that is just out of their artistic freedom. It's just their artistic freedom that's just like, oh, this is what we're doing. Pale horse, he's running. There's like a dark night on it, and he's just running through the darkness. And yeah, this is just what I have felt inside.
God.
And it's just like, you know what I mean? And it's like, from what I think it's just like their creativity and what they have inside them is just like bleeding, like, and it's bleeding out onto a canvas, and it's being presented in front of the whole world, and it's just like it represents that pale horse, that pale rider, which brings me to this Revelation 6:8. It says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and its rider's name was Death, and Hades followed him, and they were given authority over a fourth of the earth to kill with sword, with famine, and with pestilence, and by wild beasts of the earth. So it's just like it's like a representation. Like that represents like the end, death, destruction, the apocalypse and the end of times.
Yeah.
It's like if that's not a sign of that, it's really, 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 really close to the end, then I don't know what is. You know what I mean? and then it's like worldwide, and people are seeing this, and
So
they don't think nothing of it, and it's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
let me ask you this: how do you think you should be living in these end times with all this going on?
Carefully, like way more carefully. Like I just said, like walking on eggshells sounds a little, a little much, but yeah, we should be afraid. You know what I mean? Like people, I feel like the fear of the Lord is a real thing. You know what I mean? Like you should be afraid of what God will do to you. You should be concerned whether or not your name is going to be written in the book of life. You should be concerned for that. You should be worried about that. And I just want to take this opportunity and time to like talk to the, listeners that like, cause me personally, man, I've been going through a lot. Everybody goes through a lot. And I just want to like, if y'all are listening to us, if you're listening to me speak or Edward speak or Ray speak, I just want to let y'all know that y'all are not alone, man. We're all in this together. We all go through things. We all struggle with things. A lot of you are people are feeling alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Even though you may feel forsaken, I've been feeling forsaken. I've been feeling like God has just left me hanging, you know what I mean? And that's not true. Sometimes, God just tests us to see what we're really made of, to see that if we really care or not. And I know that like right now I'm going through a season where I know that God is just like trying to see like, oh, you say you love me, you say you love me with your lips, but are you going to do it when you think that I'm not looking or you think that I'm not there anymore? Because he is there. And I just want to let the listeners know, like, I know that's hard. I know that it's rough. And I know that life is not easy. It never was supposed to be easy. And I just want to, if y'all are listening to me, if you're tuning in to listen to what I'm saying, then I just want to let you know, like, for the people who know me personally, you could always hit me up. You know where I'm at. Reach out in the comments. We'll pray for you anytime. Anytime, And it's just I want y'all to come with me, come with us on this journey, because it does feel lonely. It gets lonely. It gets frustrating, and it gets aggravating, and you get pissed, and you have a drink because you're so pissed and you're so frustrated, and life is in the way. You feel like life is happening to you, not you experiencing it as much anymore. Because I've been feeling that way, and I've always found myself like struggling about money and just tripping out on that, and like always on the pursuit of money. So that brings me to this one last one, and I'll go off this, and I'm gonna finish my little tangent here. But it's Hebrews 13, chapter 13, verse 5. So it says, "Keep your lives free from the love of money, and be content with what you have. For God has said, 'Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you.'" So, with that said, God has made us this promise. And from what I've seen in my own personal life, God is sometimes in our perspective, we might feel like, damn, about time something good happened, or every day we feel like, man, it's something, always something, whether it be sickness, getting sick, or you lost your job, or or you're not feeling appreciated and stuff like that. Small things get in the way of us, like just bettering our lives, and just fixing our eyes on God, and like we start to get distant from God, and we just go our own way, and then we use our own we use our own efforts, like as if it's gonna be enough, and we always fail, and we always wonder, like, man, I tried my best, or I did my best, and I still failed. But that's because you didn't have you didn't ask God to help you. You're trying to do it on your own now, and I feel like that's when we fail. When we try to go it alone, we try to go at life alone, when in reality we're not alone. And I just want to remind the listeners that God is still there. Like, he's still with us. He's still with you. Even though it does not feel like it, that's the time that he's really with you the most, because he's just trying to show you patience. He's trying to show you to be more caring. He can be showing you a number of things that you just don't see because it's so dark, and you're in the darkness, and you feel like you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's there. It's there. you're just, you know what I mean? Like, we're just so caught in our own habits and our own ways.
Yeah, it's like we're stuck. We get stuck sometimes. You know.
Yeah. But anyways, I just had to get that off my chest. It's been weighing on me for a long time.
Feel better?
Like
Me?
20 pounds lighter. Yeah, that's a lot of weight right there.
No, that don't mean that I feel any better.
Oh, look, your gut's gone, Jairo.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty hot take right there, man.
Forgot that.
And see, I was gonna like let this be an excuse to not do that or say any of that,
Yeah.
you know, because but I was just like, man, I gotta do this. I gotta just power through and let people know that they're just not alone. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people feel alone because I feel alone, man.
Yeah.
Most of the time, a lot of the time, majority of the time, I be feeling alone. Yeah, and that's just not. It's not true, man. It's not so. Like, God doesn't always show up on our time. You know what I mean? He don't show up on our time. He shows up on His time.
Right.
And that's something I've
Right.
noticed, bro.
Bro,
It's
that's
something
so
that-
great that you say that.
And that's something I've like, you know, I'll be waiting and I'm like, I've been patient. Like, man, God, like, when you gonna show up? When you gonna help me, bro? Like, man, you ain't there, bro. You're not there.
And then you just give up.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, whatever, bro. I'm not even gonna pray to you no more. I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like a bratty child. It's like I was telling Edward the other day where I work. I was like, man, I feel like a bratty child towards God. Like, man, I'm not gonna talk to you. You're not giving me what I want. You know?
When my son or my daughter upset at me, or when Jetty's upset, I don't like you no more, Daddy. I'm like, it's okay. I still love you. And every time, like, he starts crying. It's like, I don't love you, Daddy. It's like, it's okay. I love you anyway. It's like, I don't really take offense to it. It's like, you're all right. You're in your little
trying to say whatever to hurt your feelings.
to get me to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, that hurts my feelings. It doesn't. Like,
Let me just let you do with the thing, you know.
yeah.
And I'm sure that that's how God feels about us. Like, oh, you're complaining again?
Yeah.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah.
Oh, you need something again? Oh.
Yeah,
no.
and I feel like as people we can get stuck in those habits of like, I choose to be this way. Oh, I'm gonna stay stuck. I don't wanna be crying. And God's always patiently waiting on us. And how I felt, how I felt irritated, like hearing this from you the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, so what I did was I was just, Harold, you have to pray for you have to pray for this person. You have to pray for this person because there's bitterness that's trying to form in the heart. And right now it has a foothold on the heart. And I was just telling Harold, you got to pray. You got to pray for this person that you don't like or that you hate or whatever. And it was such a challenge to get Jairo to pray. And he finally decided to, say some kind words in prayer. And I was like, okay, finally.
Yeah, that's weird. Prayer for your haters.
Praying for your enemies, praying for your haters, praying for your enemies, or praying for the people that are causing insane amount of grief on your life.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah.
And that can you can become a very ugly, bitter person if you allow it.
Yeah. I guess you don't know what the person's going through. Like,
you don't know what the person's going through.
Yeah.
The stuff, all the
exactly.
The traumas and the hardships. You don't know. That's why it's good just to pray for things because honestly, you can't see everything that's gone, every detail of their life. You don't know it. God does. You don't.
Right.
And who are we to be like, oh, yeah, they're this, they're that. Okay, fine.
Right.
Fine. But if God were to think that way, we'd all be in hell. We all be condemned forever. The stuff we say is damn. Like flat out curse, hate. If God were to do that and be like that towards us human beings, bro, we would all be done for. That's my point. And I feel like we have, as humans, as those who say they're Christians, have to walk it out. It's important to walk out your beliefs, your faith, not just talk about it, but really be about it. Like, okay, the Bible, what does the Bible talk about? About praying for those who, praying for the people that are hurting. Because we all come from a broken place.
Right.
It's like sometimes we forget because we're so caught up in our own pain and how much pain people bring us. It's like, no, they're in pain too. It's like we have to be level-headed, understand, and have compassion and pray for these people. But anyways, if y'all need any prayer, hit a like or a comment on the YouTube, and we can pray. I can pray for you. Harold can pray for you. Anybody can pray for you here. Raymond, all of us can pray. Because like Harold was saying, you're not alone. If you you need somebody to talk to, hit us up or visit your local community church and start your if you're not even a believer or nothing, I would consider Jesus Christ.
And one thing too,
Go for
I
it.
know that there's these kind of folks that think this way because I already know y'all are out there. So listen to me, right? I know people are gonna like probably in their show and they're like, nah, man, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna put, you know, in your mind, you're like, I'm not gonna put no comment, you know, I'm not gonna let people know that I got my problems and you know what? I'm not going to the church anywhere. They're a bunch of hypocrites and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about those people. That's not why you're going.
Right.
You're going for you.
Right.
You're going for you, and you're going for like to make your relationship better with God. Don't be concerned with other people's walk with God because they ain't perfect.
Right.
As a matter
No
of fact,
one is.
As a matter of fact,
a lot of ministers these are getting exposed on the
Right now,
pastors. There's so many leaders that are getting exposed on their dark side, their darkness. And I feel like a lot of Christians are trying to figure it out right now. So many people are trying to figure out as far as their faith and everything. Like that's my faith was being shaken itself, and it's hard to maneuver and work through. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah, it's fine because and you need not worry about those folks because it does say in the Bible that people that know the word and they know they're going to be judged even more harsh.
Worse.
Like,
don't worry about them. God got them. God got them. And anyone who has faith who's walking, best believe God will put his finger on that main thing that needs to be changed. If you don't change it, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. And yeah, you don't want to be on the bad side of that. You want to be on the good side of transformation, or at least taking steps, little baby steps to make the change. It don't have to be perfect in the instant. Just be willing to get there, and just continuing, just being willing.
You know what I do? What I've been doing is like, you know, I'm not a big reader, bro. I'm not a big reader. I know a lot of people are not really big readers. And, you know, they say to get closer to God, you know, you got to read your Bible. You know, you got to read the Word. And it seems like such a job because for me, it's just like, I don't want to. Mm-hmm. So what I'll do is I'll just literally Google it. I'll just say, Bible scripture about feeling tired. Bible scripture about, you know, feeling distant from God. You know, get yourself a little scripture that you can just, you know, read and meditate on that throughout the week, throughout the whole month. You know what I mean? Even if it's one scripture a week or a month, don't matter, you know, as long as it's a little something.
Yeah.
You know, to give you some comfort.
And get as much as if you want. There's so much of God. There's unlimited with God. You can get as much as you want. You can get to this tiny seed or this big old tree of whatever it is you're looking for. He got it. So either way, whatever spectrum you're on, God is the way. I'm telling you, God is the way and truth. And you were saying, I feel like, you know, you were saying you don't read much. I haven't been reading much, man. But you know, I feel. And I'm not no pastor. I'm not no leader of these churches. I'm nothing like that. And, you know, I'm only on here sharing my faith and hearing Jairo's faith too as well. And our only faith can go so far. And some people may have small faith. Some people may have a great faith. Wherever you are in the spectrum of having faith in God, God sees it. But don't just stay there. Be willing to wanting to grow. Be willing to wanting to learn more. Because it's important, because you don't know how deceived you are. People don't know how deceived you are. You have to constantly look for truth, look for revelation, look for perspective. Because I feel like I have perspective, but I feel like there's probably other people or even in the Word of God that I haven't seen yet. When it comes to perspective on life, on things, there's always something new to learn. And I'm always willing to let go of an old perspective and learn a new one, a greater one. So I feel like no matter where you're at in your walk, it's good to keep growing. Like, just keep learning, keep growing. Put your trust in God. Continue to have patience, perseverance. Don't give up on God. God never gives up on you. And it's hard. It's always hard, guys. It's never easy. Faith, walk, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But, I mean, if you're on the other side of that coin, you'll get to heaven one day. You got to just keep trusting God and being patient. And that's my message. For that, hero.
Perfect.
just watching the atomic bomb go off.
We can
bomb.
we can hop into the Donald Trump.
Nah, I don't even want to talk about that.
Oh no! Let's hear it.
Damn.
Let's hear the hate. What we got? What we
No,
got?
it's just that
What's-
guy. That guy
Something
is something else.
He's something else.
Guy is something else. But
Why do you hate Trump?
I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all. I don't hate him at
Sure?
all. I am pretty sure.
All right, let's hear
I
it.
just see the spectacle as it is. It's a spectacle.
Oh yeah. It's
And
it's not. I can't say it's entertainment. Getting somebody
No,
getting
it's
shot
not
is
entertainment. No,
entertainment.
I don't definitely condone that at all. And that's I'm very glad that we didn't witness, an assassination.
Right.
Good thing it was an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
But just the backlash of all that is kind of like, wow, that's a bit much. Like yesterday, I think the CIA or the FBI, one of them, were getting interrogated, and I saw Ted Cruz going after the leader of the Secret Service or whatever. I'm like, oh dang, dude,
She was the woman, right?
no.
Was it the woman?
Well, the guy that we're talking to, it was the guy. It was a gentleman. I don't know anybody these names. You good, Jairo?
Yeah, I was gonna get some.
Just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
So Ted Cruz was just going in off after that guy. He's one of the senators, and I was just like, man, this guy,
What was he saying?
he's just trying to like put blame on somebody for the assassination attempt. Getting so far, and it's just unfortunate.
So what is it that you don't like about Trump? Back to that.
I told you I don't.
Or
I
what
don't-
is it that you don't want? Obviously, what is it that's really triggering when it comes to Trump for you
For me,
personally? Yeah.
oh, he's just well, I mean, with the court, all the stuff that he was going through, guilty and all that. I mean,
he was guilty.
well,
or
they. So here's
I
the
don't know
thing
about
that they told him that he's immunity. Like he just like, oh, you're fine, you're good, you can go.
Yeah.
Give him a pass. And which is like, what? Like you are not above the law. It should not be above the law. And then they pretty much said, no, you're above the law. Go ahead.
Money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Money talks.
Did
man.
they say why that kid tried to kill him?
No, I haven't been
No,
looking into
no.
it.
They're still
Looking into it.
look into it. They're like looking at his social media and all that.
I
and-
think I heard, I read up on, it was saying that they found codes that were all the way in another country. Like he was getting messages from another country, the number.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I mean, that's the new thing that they found. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
what else they'll
it could
find
be
from a
anything.
week from
it
now.
could be anything. It could be. I don't know. I don't know. It's so much. It's literally a movie playing out.
Yeah.
Like just a.
Well, I gotta just say I'm a Trump supporter. I'm hoping Trump will win. I know a lot of people don't like Trump. I know a lot of people hate Trump, and that's fine with me. That's
Podcast
fine.
over.
That's fine with me. I'm
Roll the
a
credits.
vote for Trump. I'm gonna vote for Trump. Okay, because I feel like he was
gonna get
helping
us-
the.
You're
I
gonna
was- I
get
feel
us
like he was-
canceled.
I
He
feel
wants
like-
to smoke.
I feel like he was helping this country out a lot, and I'm American.
How?
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm from
Here we
America.
go, bro.
I know
How?
more English than Spanish, so whatever you can call me an
What does
Osavo
Spanish
kid.
have to do with anything?
Well, it's just I feel like a lot of Mexicans feel like, oh, you should be with us. It's like, no,
No,
I'm not.
It's
No,
so.
I'm
That's
talking to
nothing
those
to-
that are like
Yeah,
that.
it has
yeah.
nothing to do with that.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
If there's people out there like that, I feel okay. That's for you. Like, so it's like I'm from America, and I feel like he's wanting the better America. No matter how you take that and flip it and do whatever the hell you want with it, but I feel like he's trying to better America, and
So-
there was proof in the pudding when he was running, compared to this dude Biden, crazy guy, this old Biden guy. Oh my gosh, that guy, to me, man, it's annoying because Americans are willing to choose this freaking, or were willing to choose this freaking old guy that was falling asleep, can't even hold his freaking self up. That to me is like, come on, what is that? What the country hates Trump that much to vote for this guy? Are y'all fools or what? Like
Oh, yeah, I
seriously,
gotta correct my
like that's
questions.
crazy to me. Like, come on, the common sense is like, oh, let's choose this guy because he seems more reasonable and he can speak well, and this guy can barely remember anything. Like, come on, the delusion in Americans who want to vote for Trump or for Biden is crazy. Like, I don't know. That's how I feel.
So Biden's not a
He's not a
candidate
candidate anymore. But then that's what I viewed when he was
Right.
running.
Right.
And now Kamala Harris, I don't even know. It's like she was with him, so I don't have much to say about Kamala Harris other than the fact that she's a woman. She's a woman, and I feel like I don't know. There's never been a woman president. I don't know if women can handle that. I don't know. And she represented Biden's side, and it's like, okay, maybe, but I don't know too much about Kamala, so I won't speak on Kamala Harris, or if she's still running.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't even know
I
nothing
don't know,
about
but
her.
that's one of my questions on here. That since you're bringing it all that up, we could fall into this. This is one of my questions. Does male or female matter when it comes to presidential election?
We'll find out because we never know. We don't know. We don't know, but
I have an idea.
I say she's probably the most fit candidate right now for Democrats to
Right,
try to run for that.
Right.
I think America should try it.
Well, I mean,
Damn.
that's what the voting's for.
That's a risk.
That's going to be all the Americans deciding that she's going to be worthy of being the president of the United States.
I'm curious, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Just because I really believe there's an order of things. Like, from what I get it based off of scripture. I don't know if you want to look it up, Harold, but I know, like, how God made the man the head of the household, and I feel like he's the head, and it's like, okay, he's the head, and then, and I feel like in any head of state, if any head of anything, a man should be there, and then the wife should be there to support and help, or be whatever. Not trying to take anything away from women. I don't know if women can run president. It's never been done, so I don't know how they would respond. I'm curious myself, but at the same time, I feel like there is an order, and it's for a reason. It's not to diminish or make women seem like they're not capable of, but I feel like it's just for a reason. Women are built different from men, and I feel like women are great. Women are great, and so I don't know. I feel like women could probably run for president, but I don't know. Has anybody else ever ran for the presidency in any other country? A woman.
Well, we had Hillary Clinton.
No, I mean, like, oh yeah, but I'm talking about, like, actually be
Oh,
president.
be president?
Or
I think
king
they're-
or queen, or I guess Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That's kind of or I don't know if it's president, but I don't
I mean,
know how that
it's,
goes.
It's like a president,
Right?
and it's a ruler.
She's the only one that I know about that was actually running a country or whatever.
Yeah, so
had some
let's
kind
just
of
not even
authority.
try to. I don't know.
So that's all I
something
know. There's nothing. There's nothing else for me to say about that.
I feel like it's like, what's the worst that could possibly happen? That she starts a war?
Maybe.
I mean,
And if she does, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh no, we shouldn't have voted for this woman." Like, "Oh, we were wrong to do this. Look, she's starting wars. Oh, all this stuff." I don't
no,
know.
I'll tell you what, Trump will be the first one to start wars.
That's what
you
they've
see
been
his
saying.
mouth.
That's what they've been saying, though.
Yeah,
And
but
he
he's trying
hasn't.
to buddy up with the Russia guys and China. I'm like, nah, bro.
I mean,
That's
I think it's peace. Because if you don't buddy up, then we're going to war, and then all this is done. All this is done. Like, you have to buddy. Like, I feel like the scripture even says, like, love your enemies. Like, okay, it's complete opposite of what we are known to do. But for all we know, he's keeping them from bombing us right now. We don't know the details. We may look at it from, outside, but we don't know the details of what's really going on, or who knows what they're doing and how they're keeping the peace right now. Like, we don't know. But I don't know. That's what I believe on that.
All right. What would you do? What would you do if you were the president?
I'll let you respond first.
Me?
Yeah.
And we're back.
Back. So what was the question again?
Who do you think would make a good president? I think Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
the Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Because he seems like he could make some good decisions.
How's that? What good decision has he made?
I mean,
Just because he's swole Jairo, really? Just because he has the discipline
yeah.
and he's a handsome fella?
And he looks like he could make some healthy choices. He's obviously dedicated his life to making healthy choices physically.
Yeah, he's funny too. Charismatic. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Huh. Wow.
I might just have to. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know.
Trump.
Well, Trump is already he's already in the running, so it's like, and that was a surprise too. When he was gonna go for president, it was crazy. Everybody was laughing at him.
He was just mad. He was just mad because he didn't want it to be over, and it was over. That's why he's like, oh, I'm running again. So yeah, I mean, I don't get it.
I don't know.
I don't get it. He could have just been done with it. Not only that, I mean, come on. I mean, he had those people, storm the Senate and all that. Like, dude, that's not cool.
Storming the Capitol with their hockey
Capitol,
sticks.
Yeah, man. It's just like the things that he's done and he's getting away with is ridiculous, dude. But anyway, that's we're done with that part. It's just who do we think would be a good president?
No one.
Man,
I have no one come to my mind, dude.
Yeah, I don't either.
At all. Not even for fun. If it was for fun, I'd say Batman.
Batman. Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, because he's
Well,
he's kind of like a Trump.
Yeah, I mean,
think about it. Not really.
Well, I mean,
he's rich.
I don't really care. So I have Republican like thoughts and tendencies.
Let's hear it.
But Democratic tendencies too. It's just like I'm down the middle.
In the middle. I think that's where everybody should be, though.
Yeah.
Republican and Democrat, like in the middle.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that the far right, the far left is like the real extremists. Extremists is the ones that are messing it all up. Like they're like too much this way and then too much that way.
It's like a balance beam,
bro.
dude.
It was like, wow.
Yeah.
Extreme.
Too extreme. Too extreme.
Very extreme. So it's just like, man, can we just go like move it a little this way and a little bit this way and call it good?
I wish it was perfect like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways,
I'd say that's my answer, dude. No one. I don't know. Like Batman.
That's a good answer.
Batman.
That's it. That's all I got, really. And that's in La La Land. That's
man.
Not even a real character in this world.
Snoop Dogg, man.
Snoop Dizzle?
Yeah.
Snoop Dizzle. Why
He's
Snoop
like,
Dizzle?
y'all chill, bro. Y'all chill. Y'all bombing over there. Y'all chill.
You come over and want to smoke a peace pipe with him.
Yeah, smoke a peace pipe. Even though I read recently that he stopped smoking. He
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
dude, it's gonna rain,
bro.
Outside,
but he's like my age or a little bit older than me.
Hell,
so can you imagine?
Over. That's crazy to me.
Smoking.
I mean, that's great, but is he for a period of time or
no?
For
I
good?
think he's done. Yeah.
No way,
man. He's
fact check Raymond, because that's unbelievable, dude.
He
put it on his Instagram.
Let me see.
He's got to be taking edibles or some shit.
He might be. He might be.
Okay, yeah, then that would make sense.
He may be.
I would see why, because smoking does.
I mean, smoking is smoking. Like Jairo just hacking.
Right. Well, Jairo's the testament of
the swishers. You were saying the swishers were
Swisher Sweets.
Inhaling all them Swisher Sweets.
Cigarettes, Swisher Sweets, Black and Milds.
Yeah. So.
What are those other ones called?
There's Optimo.
Optimo.
Is that the one you were thinking, really?
No.
Oh. There's so
another
many
one.
of them,
There's
dude.
another one. One other one.
So many of them.
Not back.
All right, well, what's the next question, Since?
Well,
I wasn't expecting that one. You added that one.
Y'all want to go
dude.
back to the Trump assassination thing?
Yes.
I think we already.
Because, okay.
Or, I don't know.
We really didn't.
So, yeah, we didn't really cover
right.
shit. So, do you think America would start to riot if Trump died?
You'd have his supporters, doing something.
Yeah.
They'd definitely be out in the streets.
Yeah, protesting and going crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
they'd probably be trying to kill Mexicans
Or some.
I don't think
they'd be getting in there. They'd be probably getting in their pickup truck, get in the truck. They'd be like, "Get in the truck, get in the truck, man. We're gonna hang Mexicans."
Some.
Woo!
I think.
And they'd probably go out and just try to hang us all.
I would hope not, man. But honestly, if that would have happened, I would have felt very angry and very disappointed.
No, it would be definitely. So even the most far left would not would say something.
Yeah.
they'll be nice about it. Because you definitely don't want to lose somebody's life over just trying to be president. Yeah, exactly. But
They would have made him. They would have made him a martyr too.
Really quick.
What's
So
that?
Snoop.
Oh, okay.
This is his Twitter or his X account. So after much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this
What?
time. Snoop
Damn,
Dogg.
like somebody died or something.
Yeah, it's kind of how he made it. But that was his
That's crazy. Well, that's good. Good for Snoop, man. Shout out Snoop.
So now that
That's
he's
that's crazy.
smoke free, probably Snoop.
That's
for
all
president.
I've known him for, really. He's just smoking so much. Being the smoke dog, baby.
You imagine that guy being the president?
Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I wonder how he's gonna be now that he ain't smoking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know he was always, or at least his
Oh, well,
persona
he-
was him always being high.
Speaking of, we're talking about the Olympics. He did the torch thing.
Oh, he did.
Bro.
Yeah, so
I
he
didn't know that.
contributed to that. So
Hmm.
he carried the Olympic torch.
Wow, that's funny. That's kind of ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's been a good athlete too. So
Dude, he's always I've seen some of his like where he played on I think celebrity football or something like that it was.
yeah.
He was like running like a real receiver out there, catching like one too.
right. You
I was
imagine
like-
if he didn't smoke.
Bro, that's crazy. I know, so crazy, for real.
But
Back to the Trump question.
So
Trump thing.
So you said he would, you would think people would riot. You think some people? Or
I wouldn't say riot. I'd definitely out protest and be heard and be seen and be out in the streets, like making it known that they're Trump supporters. And
I think that a lot
That's
of people
what-
would get hurt.
That's what what's his name's doing too.
Yeah.
Tate. Andrew Tate.
what's he doing?
He's out there with a picket stick, talking about the
Yeah,
thing that went on in the Olympics. The
Yeah,
intro.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Man, what do y'all think about that?
What?
Andrew Tate doing that?
So he's what I saw. He's just saying,
The message.
the Christians need to stand up for themselves. Just pretty much stand up for yourself is what he's going about and saying, like, y'all should stand up and say something, even though he's Muslim, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Unless he's transitioning, then okay, great.
Nah, he's not transitioning. He just wants Christians to stand up.
So it's weird because I guess Muslims don't take offense to that, or
I don't know.
I guess
bro.
not, right?
I mean, it's
because
it's-
they're. It doesn't make sense to me because I don't know his. I guess I don't know the ethnicity of it all, and I guess you would if as a Muslim. I don't know. I guess I don't know, man. I don't even know how to put that together because it just doesn't make sense to me what he's doing. Because he's not in the Christian faith. And I get he's trying to be the example because nobody else is being the example or what he feels like needs to be the example. I don't know. It's like, to me, the way I feel about it is like, I don't even watch the
I
Olympics.
appreciate him standing up
For?
because he didn't have to for Jesus Christ. He don't have to be.
But
doing
I don't
that.
think Jesus needs standing up for.
Because
He's Jesus.
If he don't do it, then who else is gonna do it?
Jesus? God will judge the world. I don't need to go and condemn it because,
Yeah, but
you don't
I'm-
believe what I believe? I don't need to condemn them. Like, they're already condemned from what the word of
But
God
I'm
says.
glad that he's shedding light on it.
I don't know.
yeah.
What's,
I mean,
what's the light
my
though for
thing
you?
is
What's go ahead, Ray.
the
sorry.
mockery. The mockery is just like,
Yeah.
wow, what's going on there? Like, why is that okay? Like, I don't care who was doing it, but if it was in a mocking way, yeah, it's like
It's mocking. It's flat out mocking.
Yeah, like it could have been little kids. Doesn't matter who it was up there. It's still a mockery, right?
Yeah, I think honestly, I believe God's gonna get the last laugh either way.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not none of my. I don't know what's gonna happen to them, all that, but I feel like God can stand up. God's God. He can stand up for himself. He don't need me, unless he tells me to stand up and say so. I will. But if I don't need to get in it, I won't.
I
Yeah.
think that Tate got convicted and felt some kind of conviction about
Maybe
about
he
him
did.
standing up, and I appreciate him using his platform for standing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He pretty much made himself like a beacon of like acknowledgement. Like, you know what I mean?
See, I
He
think,
didn't
But I think that's the problem.
he has
What's
the
the
issues.
problem?
He has the issues with the LGBTQ
Oh.
community.
Well, that's probably so. He's doing it for his
Did I
own
have that right?
reasons.
Yeah,
He's doing it for his own selfish reasons, not for God.
right.
It's like, look
But-
at me, look what I'm doing,
Yeah.
instead of look what God can do. It's just perspective. That's just what I believe. I don't, because I feel like I don't need that attention for me to make me feel better about myself. If I'm gonna do it, it's because God told me to do it. I'm not gonna do it because I want to do it for myself.
Yeah, I think his thing is the masculinity.
I think that God is still.
So
I
he's
think
trying to
that
add
God
more
is.
to it.
Yeah,
I think that God is still using Tate.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
God
fine.
is still using Tate to
we'll
just
see.
to just like make awareness to it. Using his platform, using his popularity. You know what I mean?
I don't
People
know,
that look
dude.
up to Tate are probably like, "Oh, Jesus."
I don't know. I feel like he's like I guess he feels like we're being bullied.
Yeah,
And he
that's-
wants to, he wants to
kinda
stand
it
up
right there.
to the
Yep.
bully for us. It's like
Right.
I don't. Okay, thanks, but I don't need your help. I mean, I don't know. Again, I have to look into it more. Like I don't have to look. I don't know what he's really. I don't know his intention, nor do I really care because he's mentioned the name of Jesus. But it's not.
Honestly,
it's
I
not.
could-
It's not impacting me in any way. It's like that's what I was telling you. Like I don't know if I should care about this because it's not doing nothing for me.
Or it's not making you lose any sleep or any
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
like,
losing any sleep over this.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just my perspective, my opinion. Maybe other Christians feel that way. Please put a comment to see what y'all's perspective and what y'all feel about Tate standing up for Christianity. Because I don't really care. Like, I don't. It's like good, I guess. I don't know.
What's your thoughts, Jairo? On Tate?
Like I said, bro, I appreciate him using his
Yeah.
platform to shed light on that blasphemy that they did, bro. Because if it wasn't for him, a lot of people, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have known what was going on. You know what I mean? He's just
no,
showing a lot of
there's
people. He's
lot of
showing a
people
lot of
saw it.
people that would have never knew. Like, let's say people that just follow Tate, everything that he does, and they don't care about nothing about Jesus Christ, and they're like, oh, Tate's over here standing up for Jesus Christ. Oh, that's what's up. Maybe
That's what
I
it
should.
looks like.
Maybe I should look into Jesus Christ.
Maybe.
It's like I feel like God is using Andrew Tate for his own glory. He's using Tate's mouthpiece for his own glory, bro. And I appreciate him even being a vessel for that.
That's cool.
You know?
Yeah, it was like, okay, whoa, what's going on?
I think that's really cool, bro. I think that's really cool of him.
Alright.
Because they told him on that video that, hey, you're gonna get yourself locked up again for another 30 days, and that fool just smiles. That's awesome to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think Christians should definitely think that way.
There's a lot of Christians that would.
I mean, I feel like there's Christians out there that are doing that, but they don't have a camera on them.
But at the
Nor
same-
do they need a camera.
I feel you on that. I acknowledge that. But they're in the same sense, there's Christians out there that wouldn't give up 30 days of their freedom for no Jesus Christ.
Of course.
That they wouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
I can agree to
And
that.
the fact that Tate is doing it is pretty cool.
But
in
it's
my
not taking
opinion.
anything away. It's like, okay, there's people out there that are doing it. They're activists that are doing it either for their own reasons, their own selfish reasons, or for the purest reasons.
Right.
It's like God is being spoken about. So that's my take.
It's definitely a polarizing topic. So I mean, it's everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, my YouTube is just like filled with feeds of like, reactions and like, what are we doing and what's going on, and so yeah.
My response
Still
to
trying
like
look into it.
my response to these trans with all that pride, my response to y'all is, hey, good luck in the end. Good freaking luck in the very end. Because you ain't gonna be here forever. You're gonna reach the end. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I mean that's to
Good
them. That's
luck
to
with
each their own,
Judgment
right?
Day. Good luck with Judgment Day. Good luck on Judgment
I don't
Day.
even worry about it.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
I don't. It's like, bro, I'm not in their life enough to know.
In that
and
sense,
care.
I'm not worried about it. Like,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
May God have mercy on your soul.
You know, my main concern is my environment where I am at and the people that I know. That's my main focus. Is like everybody around me, or at least that touches elbows with me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Even
get
like
that.
even like to the people on YouTube and Facebook or whatever, the people that are listening. I feel like I have more
Your
of a
community.
care. Like my care only goes so far.
Yeah.
It doesn't really go as far as like other countries. Maybe
Right.
I might feel bad if somebody dies or there's a bombing. Or,
Yeah.
I feel for them, but I don't know them. Hopefully they knew God.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't extend that far.
Little prayer to them.
Yeah, it's like, man, I hope the best.
I
for
can
them.
relate to that, I guess.
I hope the best for them. That's it. You know.
All All right,
Alright.
so we're kind of all over the place. So
I can,
we,
yeah,
we
no,
done
we
with
are.
the-
We're
we got the ADDs going on today.
yeah, I know.
So let's take control of this and
It's kind of this is kind of like a mix, like
yeah, I'm not vibing with
Um,
it, but we're rolling. So what's going on with the Trump thing? So we done with that? What do
no,
you-
not
what-
really. I have one more.
We're still.
If
yeah,
you
this
were in
whole thing.
charge of security detail for the assassinations, what would you do different? Like the way they,
For the
like the way
assassinations,
they handled it,
Oh,
like the
So-
way they handled the Trump thing.
so
like-
that's the thing that was like, what is this guy doing?
yeah.
They're trying to cover him, and this lady is trying to like cover him, and like he just pops up like, yeah, like
Bro, you're gonna
dude,
get
they're
shot.
shooting at you.
You're gonna get shot.
He's
bro.
like, fight.
Yeah,
that
they're
was
shooting
weird.
at you, dude. You
Fight,
don't want to just stick
fight.
your. You see how much bigger he was than that lady?
yeah.
Like,
He wasn't
clear-
afraid though.
well, that's fine that he wasn't afraid,
Yeah.
Jackass.
but
He wasn't afraid, but at the same time, that was kind of silly.
yeah, like,
Like,
you're
don't do
you're-
that, bro.
Don't
You're,
do that.
you're
You're-
getting shot at right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
But I can feel that though. I mean, I give him props
the
for that.
adrenaline,
like,
yeah,
no,
the
yeah,
adrenaline,
adrenaline,
yeah.
and it
That's
had to
that's a
be.
different story. Like
Yeah.
your adrenaline's like pumping through you. You're like,
Oh yeah.
think
"Well,
you're a
you coming
badass,
for me?
vato?
Come on, let's go." But
You ain't bulletproof, Trump.
yeah, that was
You ain't
He
bulletproof,
was. He was
bro.
that moment.
He probably felt bulletproof.
Yeah, in that moment, after living, yeah, of course he did. I'm
that
sure.
was kind
But at the same time, I feel like he might have felt some kind of way, like after that, because come on, bro, being shot at, it's probably not fun. It isn't fun.
no,
Being pointed at you,
no.
bro. He had him on the scope, bro.
yeah,
And
Bro,
he
I
missed.
can't believe
And he missed. That's
that,
crazy. Well,
like,
thank God, but
that
man,
his
he-
crowd spotted the shooter before,
before.
the security detail
yep.
spotted him.
Yep,
Like,
yep,
damn,
yep,
bro,
yep.
like y'all are tripping.
Yeah, they were trying to say that they were trying to find out who was the one in charge to like deploy more Secret Service to him, and that's kind of what the whole session was about. It's like who's in charge and who allows all the people to go to his, like to aid him or whatever
Mhm.
and be around him, and like they're trying to like make it seem that Biden was the one that said no, don't send any more people over there to help him with his campaign, or it was a Democrat that was like in charge of declining like to have extra help,
Mm.
and I mean they said they had local police, CIA, and then Secret Service and all these people that were around, so they had enough help. It's just they just were incompetent and like just checking like the surroundings and
Yeah, because they were. I bet. Seemed like they were unexpected of it all,
yeah
and they weren't expecting it.
yeah.
Like they had their guard all the way down.
And from what I understand, the guy had like his gun already hidden, so it was already like around. So all he had to do was just show up and climb the thing and
yeah, wow,
break out his gun.
yeah. And I heard he was climbing on top of the building that the police were in. A lot of police were in that building. That he was climbing.
Right.
I'm like, how
You know what those
How
twins?
you
were-
not hear that?
You know
guy?
what were the twins' names? Those guys you were talking about?
Oh, the Hodge twins.
Yeah, they were saying
Shout out Hodge twins.
they said something interesting that tripped me out because they were like he was like what did he say? He was like he's like, how is it that how is it that like the fact that they didn't see him, it's like it makes you wonder, like, damn, like y'all are supposed to be like his security. It kind of makes you wonder, like, damn, how many of y'all are in on it? You know what I mean? How many of y'all knew that this fool was actually up there? Because it seems like, so I bet you a few of them knew what's up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like, look, he's about to get killed. But they didn't do nothing on the spot. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's like you gotta be better at your job, bro.
yeah.
If you're there, your head should be on a swivel, bro. Like,
I don't think they were trained for that kind of stuff. Nobody ever, like, I don't know, bro. That's weird. Assassination is just a different thing. Like, trying to hide away from the. And he was so close, which is crazy.
yeah, that's fun. You know what's funny too? What they mentioned, he was like okay, the distance from the guy that shot him, and then that's the stage. The guy that shot the shooter was 2 times further.
Yeah.
and still
And got
shot
him.
Still shot the shooter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if he was experienced and had the know-how, like if he was
Yeah, if he
that
knew what's
guy,
up, right? Yes, exactly.
if he had the training that guy
Oh,
had,
yeah.
oh, it'd been
Yeah,
been
he
a
would've been
different
done.
story. Like,
I wonder what his agenda was, man. I wonder why he hated
Yeah, I
Trump so
wonder why
much, or
he
why
did
he
it.
wanted to kill him. Was it
He-
just
maybe
because
he
he got
did-
paid, or
maybe he did-
because
maybe
it
he
wasn't
didn't
even
hate.
nothing? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he didn't. But what, like, no ties? I don't know. There's like still no explanation to what.
but see that again, that there's so much uncovered stuff that we don't know about Trump. Like you were talking about, if the government does one thing here, it affects this thing here.
a slippery
And maybe
slope.
it's one of those things that he did that affected this over
True.
here and affected him.
Right. You never know with all that.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was just one of. Maybe Trump offended that one kid, and he wanted to just
Yeah.
get revenge.
Yeah. Just
For
like-
whatever reason.
or he saw something that, a lot of people are seeing, like this guy should be, let me just tell you this. He had affiliation with Epstein.
Who's that?
Epstein,
Epstein, bro.
Who did?
Epstein's.
Affiliation? What do you mean? Like Trump had an affiliation with Epstein?
Yeah, they were like friends and
Really?
did things. And
Ooh,
so it's just kind of like hanging
That's
out
not
with,
good.
with P. Diddy.
rubbing shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that scene, in that community.
So
Well,
that's some of that. So
Crazy.
that's another
that's
another check.
eyebrow raise.
Yeah, like,
Like,
oh.
what were you doing?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
I find it sad, bro, that like, cause that little woman that was, bro.
What little
I
woman?
seen Rogan. Like he was like making fun of this little chick because she was scrambling to like unholster her gun.
One of the security.
She didn't even know which side her gun was on.
She forgot. I feel like she
was
got.
she was like, oh, I mean,
She got bombarded,
woman, like you need to be on point.
dude.
If you're
it's
protecting
fear.
the president,
Yeah, exactly.
okay, fuck your fear. You know what I mean? Like you're protecting an ex-president.
It should be that way for anybody that's in that type
yeah,
of
but you're
work.
still human.
You're human.
You're
exactly.
like, oh,
I get that.
Don't. Yeah.
'Cause
But
I
no,
bet-
but
yeah.
I feel like they should be trained enough to be okay.
Control in
Like she
those-
literally lost it. She like,
Yeah,
oh,
she
where's
lost
my
it. Yeah,
gun?"
you saw that.
Maybe she just put the gun holster on the wrong side on the wrong day, and you just forgot. How you? Come
It's
on,
like
lady.
this is not the time to be discombobulated.
Like serious.
This
Yeah,
is
that
not the
was too
time
much.
for that.
That was too much.
It's not the time to.
I feel like the men reacted well too.
what I was gonna say
still,
was
I still have an issue with all that. Like,
what?
they could have just got him out without him popping his damn head up.
Yeah. Damn it, Trump. Get down.
It's like,
knock him
man,
out.
no,
Trump,
for
we're
real,
gonna
dude.
knock you out and carry
Like,
you
what
out
are you
this
doing?
bitch.
Stay down,
We're
dude.
trying to protect you.
Get down.
Bro, but some people were saying how much it looked like a damn whole movie. Like the way it was set up, like they took the perfect picture and how he was so like empowering.
Yeah, it's like it seemed like it was.
It was
So that's why
scripted.
they're saying it looked like it was staged, and
That's what my mom thinks.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know,
still a
man.
lot of that too. Like
That was
it could
too
be
perfect.
staged. It was just like, I don't know, man.
That's too perfect to be staged, and that real blood, or I hope that was real blood.
No,
too,
that was real blood. But I mean, that could be fake too.
It was a blood capsule.
Yeah,
It could be faked. Yeah, they were all, of course, all the conspiracy theorists are all out and just like, oh yeah, you could put like a little Band-Aid and just pull it off and that's it. You're bleeding. But whatever, man. It's just the exaggerated bandage was like ridiculous.
One theory
Yeah, a lot of people are doing it.
one theory behind it possibly being staged is this: that like Trump almost got. So look at it like this: Trump almost got shot. He almost got murdered. He got away from it. He's miraculously unscathed. He got away. And then you look at his op, which is Biden, and you think, how would he have
Responded.
reacted or responded to that?
Probably would have fell. And just stayed
He
there.
falls all
He
the
wouldn't
time.
have done
you know
this
what I mean?
empowering thing.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done
He
like
would've
so. It's
just
basically they think that some people theorize that like it's kind of like a publicity stunt to make Trump look even stronger
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Well, he did.
Biden
It
is
worked.
so
It
feeble.
pumped him
If
up.
it was,
It pumped him up.
Right.
It
It
pumped
pumped
him
him
up
up.
with people like supporting,
Like-
Elon Musk came out and said, "Oh, we're gonna, put some money towards to help your campaign." All these freaking billionaires came out and out of the woodworks and said, "Hey, we're gonna support Trump."
If
And then
Man, bro, if I was Trump, bro, and I had all that damn money, I'd be like, man, get me all the fucking like most ruthless ex-Marines up in this bitch, and I'm gonna have some tryouts. I'm gonna have some tryouts. I want some headhunters, bro. You know what I mean? I want the most dangerous. I want the Marines with the most body count, with the highest body count. I want the most dangerous mofos around me, bro. That's what I would do.
Right.
Like fucking, they're asleep at the wheel, bro. I swear, these
And I feel
these
like
dudes are just so like,
seeing Trump,
God,
seeing-
get it together.
seeing Trump's reaction to all that, I feel like he can hold himself up when it comes. If we were to ever go to war,
Yeah.
and under that type of circumstances, he could handle it pretty well.
Yeah.
Who knows how Biden probably would have been asleep when the nukes were going off
Yeah, he probably would have had a damn heart attack.
or
No,
something.
for sure.
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Like, come on. Just,
Well, luckily, it's his people that surround him that are going to be the ones that are going to make those decisions and just kind of like persuade him, like, hey, this is the way we need to go.
that's what we don't need, though. We need a president who can think within himself and figure it out. He can like listen to counsel, listen to advice, obviously,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you need somebody,
To make the decision.
right?
Yeah.
Not they're gonna make the decision for me. No, go
No,
sit-
they're not
take a
going to make a
nap.
decision, but like this is go take a nap.
Like
Go,
yeah,
go have a sandwich and
take a nap, take an hour nap.
Go have some
some
Campbell.
warm milk.
Go have some Campbell soup.
Go have
Yeah.
some warm milk and take a
Seriously,
nap.
seriously.
Go get on your oxygen.
And not only that, how would Kamala have handled that?
Who the hell is
Kamala Harris is the.
Bro, are we talking? We're not going to talk about it if we don't even know who the.
Yeah,
shit
I
is.
don't
Let's
know.
not even-
Let's
let's not even-
enlighten him, Ray.
She's gonna be
then-
the potential next president of the United States.
Yeah,
So
she's taking Biden's. Yes,
She's vice president to Joe
yes,
Biden.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
So
Come on
she's in
now.
office right now
yes.
as vice president.
That's where this question came up. How do you? Isn't that where that question came up?
No, that's not my reason behind.
Oh, what was your reason behind that question? That's what I
Because
thought.
it was just
I assumed.
I was curious.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Kamala Harris, man. Kamala Harris, which is still a potential of a woman president, right?
Yeah.
Technically, there's still that voting going on.
Well, it's not started. It's
Not started yet.
Yeah, it's not started yet, but the campaigns have started.
Yeah.
And of course, right now she's getting all this momentum because Trump doesn't want to really have a debate with her. So she's all about that
Wow.
and riling him up, and she doesn't want to. I mean, he doesn't want to go against her because she's been a lawyer. She was,
Do you think he really
judge and-
needs to though?
yeah,
I don't think so. I think he's just got it like that now
Y-
because of what
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
I
But
think
no,
he's like,
the thing is, it's one of the kind of one of the basic things that you have to do in a campaign and when you're running for president is you have to debate, get on the stage and debate.
so you think it's like you don't respect her enough? Or
No,
what
that
do you
he's
think?
well, they're
He's just
making it
scared,
sound
or
like
he's scared.
He's scared. He doesn't want to do that. He's worried about that.
Because he might lose
Yeah,
the debate. Or,
Yep. Make him look kind of crazy and weird.
Mm.
By the way, that he's been tweeting these weird things and
Really?
random things. Yeah,
Like what?
I haven't really looked at him, but that's kind of like the gist of people on the news are like, nah, he's just been tweeting weird things after
That incident?
yeah.
It might have took a lot out of him. It might have traumatized him.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm getting shot at. I'm not gonna be feeling some type of
Kinda
way
way,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna be looking over your back now.
for sure.
You know? Next time the next sniper guy might be way better. Or,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that might inspire the next shooter.
Like, oh, I'm not gonna miss.
Oh, I'm not gonna miss. I'm gonna get him.
Yeah.
Like,
So
they-
let me ask y'all this: what do you? So we talked about it briefly, but what do you think changes if it was unfortunate where if Trump did get assassinated? Do you think it would change anything? You just have somebody else that thinks like Trump and acts like Trump, just step right up. It's like it's not going to really change much. Or do you think it would? Would you think it would eliminate any thought or I mean, like the way he was going is being really extreme right.
I'm kind of going out on a limb by saying this, but I think there would be less hate in the world.
Okay.
There'd be less hate.
Yeah, he does have that. He does
Like-
have that like
Hatred.
hatred, yes. Even though he doesn't say it, he tries to say, "Oh, it's not me. It's my friends over there. with the white hoods, you know, they have their own thoughts and feelings. Like, no,
Hmm.
you kind of empowered them to come up
Hmm.
and be heard.
He's giving us a voice.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, I find it ironic. One of his
Hang
own. I
'em.
mean, that guy was a white guy that was trying to shoot him.
Hang 'em all.
Yeah.
Kind of odd, right? And maybe that might make him think like, dang, white people hate me, or some white people out there that hate me enough to try to shoot me. That's his own kind. That might have made him like,
Was it a white guy?
yeah,
Oh.
as pale as Raymond's hat.
Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how
It's
to.
crazy times, man. Like I could we witnessed a almost
Assassination.
assassination on a former president of
Right.
the United States.
And he wasn't even president.
Nope.
Like,
What
happened in Dallas?
He made like a speech after, and he's like, "I'm not supposed to be here."
Yeah. And he knew what he was doing there.
Everybody
he
out
helped
there is like,
everybody, yeah.
"Yes, you are. Yes, you are."
yeah, right.
Get over it, ladies. Get over it, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, not talking.
So I don't know
down.
how to answer that, Ray.
Not trying to talk down on y'all's
I don't know how to answer that. Can you put it in another simpler form? Because I feel like
clan leader.
What? So if he had been assassinated, what would that changed?
oh,
Not
I
a,
wonder.
not a damn thing.
Maybe that would have sparked some more empowerment in some younger fellas or younger people
Yeah.
to like want to be president. I mean, I would hope that, because like you would see somebody who's like somebody you're looking up to be the president. You would like, as somebody, as a young, like one of his young guys, young boys, or whatever you want to call them. Like he's looking up to him.
But I
And
think they
who's
were called
following
good old
him?
boys or something.
What are they called?
Like good old boys, I think.
Good old boys.
I think it's something.
Okay.
We need another somebody like Obama, bro.
Hell no. So let me finish my sentence.
Wow.
Let me say this. I'll say this. So it would have inspired me. It would inspire some more people, in my opinion, because I feel like anybody who you look up to, after they get taken out, there's always some more people below them that are on the rise. And I feel like that goes the same thing, like you said earlier, like with, if you take out the drug cartel leaders or whatever, there's gonna always be somebody right there after. And I feel like it's the same thing with anything else or anyone else. And I feel like I'd hope
Not
that
Not
would've-
necessarily. Not every time.
I mean,
Or
well, how long has this stuff been going on now?
it's either that or it'll be a revolutionary. It'll be a revolution. It could go one way or the other.
Right.
Because if there's nobody to step up in those situations, it's like, oh, well then Mexico's free now. You know what I mean?
For a while. But then somebody else is going to get tired of whatever's going on, and they're going to want to start selling drugs too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been history. I feel like there's so much consistency. And if you look at history with crime, bro, even back to the crime bosses of old, with the Tommy guns and all this stuff, is always something. It's always crime.
Right.
But
Ain't no way around it.
nah, I don't know. I don't know about Obama.
Why
don't know
you-
about
Why don't
Obama.
you like Obama?
I don't know why, but I'm one of those guys who believe that Michelle is a man.
Whoa. What?
You're
Yeah,
gonna get
I
us
feel like
canceled.
I don't. Yeah, it is
Wow.
what it is. But I don't know. It's just I feel like I kind of fell into that, and I to this day I look at his Michelle's throat, like
I'll tell you right now,
is that an Adam's apple that was removed?
if Michelle said, "Oh, she's running for president," that's it. Game over.
Hell no.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, game over.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She didn't come out.
Yeah.
She
For whatever
endorsed.
reason.
She endorsed. She didn't want to deal with all that.
Yeah. And it's crazy. I don't know, like, because it's conspiracy. I guess it's going into conspiracy. But you know that there's this one white lady, a celebrity lady, Rivers. I don't know her name, but she spoke on Michelle Obama, how she was exposing that she's a he. And she's like, oh yeah, she's a he. Like, how do y'all not know that? Like we're the crazy ones. Like, how can y'all not know? Like, the way her response was, and I'm like, damn. A lot of people have been saying this now. Like, they're looking into it. A lot of people that have been looking into it and saying that Michelle's a Michael, because even Obama said, "Oh, Michael," and he was trying to say Michelle, but he called her Michael, not Michelle. I'm like, how does that slip out of your mouth, dude? Michael? That's Michelle, right? I don't know, dude. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, the craziness that they have to do. But I don't know.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole other rabbit hole, bro.
But
I don't know if you want to
Man,
go down
when
there.
Obama would
Who
speak,
are
I
you
felt-
right now?
I would feel inspired, bro.
I'm
A lot
telling
of the
you,
time.
hey, it's going back to those me being on the computer and being those conspiracy theories crazy kid.
Yeah, you need
But
to
you
stay
could
off
find
of-
you could find
But that was years ago.
you could find anything and make it into a conspiracy.
thing.
Yeah.
fake news.
Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see one day.
Man, when Obama used to
I still
speak, bro,
think-
I'd get
I still think
inspired.
something-
Wow.
I'd get inspired by the shit
About
Obama
what?
would say.
Man, I don't know. This podcast is beginning a little weird.
Hey, this is what
Obama go hard.
this is the area we wanted to go in,
Uh,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Trump shooting.
Trump shooting, Obama.
Olympics.
Why you don't like Obama?
Huh? He had his up and downs. Like there were some things like that. Obamacare was like a nightmare.
All I
But-
know is that he approved the DACA Act, the Dreamer
Yeah.
Act,
Yep.
and he allowed me for a certain amount of time
Yes.
to get my employment authorization
Yep.
and a lot of other early childhood arrivals,
Yep.
kids that were
That's the only good thing.
that came over here
But
looking
that's
for a
why
better
you like 'em.
looking for a better life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he actually I can't say no president has never ever made a difference in my life, but Obama, and he allowed me to get my employment authorization card. He allowed me to get my driver's license. He allowed me to get a social, which I still use, by the way, which is like my only hope of even getting a pretty good job. Obama did that.
Mm-hmm.
And what did Trump do besides make me feel like a fucking asshole and hated for the color of my skin? And and on top of that, he hates everybody else.
Why?
that-
Because you were
that comes
actually a
from the
criminal?
border.
Because you were a criminal too?
No,
Well, then why did you feel hated?
because he just hates speeches all the time. You know,
No, he doesn't.
he's just so concerned with the southern border and just
Yeah,
know,
the
and-
border, not with Jairo. Oh, let me
Yeah,
go
but
get
you're-
Jairo.
you're
Let me go
already-
kick his door down
You're already
and
here.
get Jairo.
You're
Yeah,
already
I was
here.
Because
already
he's
here.
such a criminal. He's not saying that.
But if it was up to him, he'd probably throw my ass back over there.
You don't know that. See, you're putting words in his mouth. You don't know that. He wants the criminals out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think we all
See,
do.
look, I feel like
Yeah,
that
right.
solution,
It's
that
make it
solution,
safer.
the solution that I heard of him going over there and just nipping it in the bud and murking those cartels. That is the solution.
That's what I'm saying. The criminals, the drug pushers, whatever else.
Not deporting people and
Okay.
and separating families from each other.
When he was in office, did he ever deport people?
Bro, hell yeah,
And how do you know that?
bro, because I saw it. Bro, they
Okay.
showed all these deportees in cages with foil blankets.
That's from recent. Isn't that from Biden? Under
no,
Biden?
bro. No, it
Bro.
was whenever Trump was in office.
I bet
bro,
we can find stuff
It
under
was like
Biden.
it was like at an all-time high. Yeah, sure, Biden. Yeah, but
All
I'm
right.
talking about Trump though.
So see, you just okay.
So
But you
it's-
can't even look at the rest of the presidents that did the same thing. I wonder if Obama did the same
Man,
thing.
it's been happening with George Bush. Been happening with Obama. It's been happening
Bro,
with
see?
with it's an issue.
You don't even look at the whole picture.
But
None
Trump,
of us are, obviously, but
bro.
It's
he,
always
been a big
always
thing.
been a thing.
he amplified it though.
there you
He
go.
like put a
there you
microscope
go,
on
Jairo.
it.
No, so
No.
here it is. What it is he's making that his number one priority.
Yeah, which there's other more important things going on.
Obviously.
No, yes, but that's gonna be his
That's
thing
his
that
thing.
he's bringing up
That's
every
his thing.
single time, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, bro, the border, really? Like that's what you're just gonna come back on and just like the border, and the way he just
Keeps
the way
on.
he just keeps on and just like the border.
He's like, why don't you just make yourself useful and send another stimmy instead of worrying about all these damn people coming over here, bro? Like,
Oh my god, that's not gonna resolve nothing either.
no?
Oh,
it's
it'll-
not.
That might give criminals money.
so you ain't gonna accept that 1,200 if he
Of
sends
course, but it's
All
not
right,
the.
then.
It's not. I'm not gonna. I'm obviously. I want there to be order still. Like I'd rather more Americans get that than anybody, because you know how much money
you
that
should.
who's
so you
gonna
should-
pay that money
You
back?
should qualify for it. Like there should be some kind of qualification for it. Like, I mean, just sending money out to people.
It's
like,
crazy to
I'm
me.
telling you right
It's
now, bro.
ignorant.
We're freaking paying for it right now.
Yeah.
Like my credit cards, those are on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
It got to the point where like, damn, they almost doubled in
Interest-
minimum
interest.
payment. minimum payment. They doubled. Where I was making, enough to cover it.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, wow, where do I cut? What do I cut?
Yeah.
So that's because of stimulus. All the stimulus that happened, during COVID is starting to come to fruition. Like all this interest is just like boom, 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 going up. Because they had to print that money somehow, and now we have to pay it back somehow.
Pay it back with some chains. Pay it back with some
Now, like, damn, now I have to go to work.
Slave, man. We're
Slave,
slaving away.
yeah, you
dying
just- you're
dying
What,
over here.
check this out.
Damn hamster
What
wheel.
Trump did under Trump, the U.S. government had a zero tolerance policy that allowed authorities to deport adults who crossed the border illegally. In some cases, parents were deported back
That's
to their
right.
That's
deported back to their home countries
right.
without their children.
That's right.
That's
I
sad, but it's
remember.
right.
Who
It's-
were placed in government custody.
We warned.
So you
like,
think that's
people
right?
were warned. Yeah.
You think that's right?
Yes.
You
Okay.
think that's right?
It's illegal.
Okay.
They titled it illegal immigrants. There's a right way to do it. They did it the wrong way.
They should have at least deported those parents with their kids at least.
Yeah.
But he was like, nah.
Yep.
Nah, I want to separate these families.
Yep.
Bro, that makes my blood boil right now.
No, that's for sure. So, okay. Some sense of
that
compassion.
like breaks my heart.
Some sense of
honestly.
compassion
would
should
have
have
been
been
good.
great. Yeah,
Right,
should have been great.
Yeah.
He don't have compassion, bro.
You can't say he just don't have compassion. He
Well,
didn't
that-
have compassion for that situation.
And he should have deported whole
that's-
families instead of just the,
Yep.
the adults in the families.
Yep.
Well,
That's a very
Give him-
that only reason right there is the main only reason why.
That's
I
a little.
don't like
that's a
that
little
guy.
reason though.
That's a pretty fucking-
big
It's a
big
little
reason.
reason because you don't know the ending story of that. How do you know they didn't return?
Yeah, what the hell happened to those kids? That's a good
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
I wonder what
And
happened
so,
to those kids.
In the
Exactly.
meantime, they were worded just like, here, go that way.
Why?
That's why he's
They
over here.
put them in
possibly.
homes and stuff, like, just to go, traumatize them even more, like not having their parents, and then now
It's
they're
like
with
those some
some
of those
strange people that are like, okay, telling me what to do, and like,
some of those families will probably never be reunited ever again.
yeah,
Maybe,
possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly. So
But-
now they're our responsibility as Americans to take care of them. Where they could have just like gone back with their parents. They could have. Oh, sorry, keep hitting your mic. They could have just went back with their parents and not been an obligation to the American people.
Yeah. And you got to think about the parents, man. Like, bro, the stuff they got to go through to cross the border, and they were willing to take their kids.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's a risk in itself.
Yeah.
Look at their poor judgment.
that's exactly.
You don't look at the Mexicans' poor judgment on them risking their kids.
it's
They
not-
could have left them behind.
I'll
Then
stop
what? They
I'll
were
stop
willing-
you there, bro.
they
It's
were-
not just Mexicans. Let's just get that right.
Bro, okay, I'm talking specifically the Mexican border.
Well, yeah, but see, the thing is, there were people coming from further down south that were making all the way over here to the Mexican border, and bringing their kids,
Okay.
bringing their family.
But I'm
It's not-
specifically talking about Mexicans, bro. Just because there's more Mexicans, I feel like crossing the border.
okay.
Is that okay to say?
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay, so that's what my point is like, bro, you're putting your children at risk to leave them, or you leave yourself while they go and die off. That's a sacrifice.
Yep.
We don't know the outcome, and it's like, come on, bro, you gotta look at both. You gotta look at both things. And it's like you just want to single them out, and it's like, nah, look at the whole situation.
No,
you
it's
want
all-
to. Everybody wants to look at the littlest, minute thing, and then call it this, call it that. It's no. Look at the whole picture, please. Try it your best. Anyone who's wanting to make a good judgment, look at the whole picture. There's always two sides of the coin. There's never one. That's selfish. There's two sides of the coin. There's two sides of every story.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point. That's it.
So I get where you're coming from, but look, I like seeing a scenario in my whole head. Like there might be this, I'm sure there has been like a father with his whole family in Mexico, and they're starving like a mofo.
Yeah.
And he's watching his family starve.
Right.
So he's in his mind, he's probably like his reasoning is probably like they're gonna die anyway. So I might as well take the
Yeah.
risk and possibly die
I get that.
when I'm trying to go get a better life in the
Yeah.
United
Or
States
be
of
killed,
America.
or be
Right.
killed by
You know,
this cartel.
Yeah,
people,
or get killed by these
There's
cartels.
so
It's
many.
better than dying of starvation. Let me
Yeah.
go out with some dignity.
There's that.
You know.
See, that's the thing,
And
man.
then
We
when
don't know none of their
And
situations.
then when he gets over here, let's say by the grace of God he gets over here,
Yeah.
then he gets deported because of this this
Immigration.
law that's in play,
Yeah.
and then he gets deported, and his kids end up having to stay over here, and he gets sent back.
It's a sad
Bro,
situation.
that is crazy.
It's
to
a
me.
hard situation
It's like
all
at
around.
least send him back with his kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's nuts to me.
That-
But anyways,
That's bro. But you see the complexity on all that?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah, bro, there's a lot.
It's like I feel for them, bro. I feel for them, and I'm sorry that's the cards they're dealt, and that's the chance they're willing to take. Fine, hey, but
That's
And-
what I'm saying. Like the border laws
It's like-
should be. I don't know.
it's
man,
like
more
Jesus.
better,
this is supposed to
better,
be the
just
this is
better.
supposed to be the
could be
land of
better.
the
Yeah.
free.
You know, and yeah, you don't want to just let anybody in. I get that, but
Yeah,
man,
that I get.
the border is so overwhelmed that these boy. So that the border is so overwhelmed that people are trying to get this immunity and all that, and it's not going to come their way like anytime soon.
yeah,
And there's really nothing you can do about it. But
there's got to be better laws put in play, man. I feel like there's got to be a people group to make a change in that. There's not too much of it, not too much of
right.
a big wave of wanting to
and
change.
then over in Mexico, like I was talking with my mom, just
Mhm.
like just the process of all that. It's so corrupt over there because they want to nickel and dime you
Mm,
for any little thing, just to process one piece of paper. Like they
Mm.
charge you for that,
damn,
and it's just like
money.
never ending. Like you didn't fill this paperwork out, so you got to wait another.
What exactly are you talking about?
Just like residency or
Like
if-
residency in Mexico?
Mexico, yeah.
Oh.
So like she was talking about doing dual residency and all that,
Mm.
like so be a resident for Mexico and the United States.
Mm.
So can you imagine what it is over here? Like you have to pay all these lawyers, all these fees and
Yeah,
and
court fees and all that.
yep, and then you have to wait. Like there's always a waiting process,
Yeah,
and then if like we didn't fill out this paperwork, so we got to wait again.
right.
So it's always like it's just a lot of red tape.
Yeah,
Maybe cut some of that red tape.
yeah, yeah.
But that's where I'm at. Like, just make that somehow better. So when the people do come, at least they have some kind of a shot.
And structure
Not
too. And
yeah,
help.
a lot of structure, help. You come in, you're like, okay, this is gonna be your Social Security. You get a job, you're paying taxes. You can't. Like some people that are like newly citizens, they can't get any.
I feel like they should go through a class of financial literacy to help them with their
Yeah.
finances
Mhm.
and savings and even bonds.
Shit,
and-
we didn't even get that.
I know. I know,
Like,
but
why
to make
why
a
we-
change, to make it better, like
Yep.
something like that needs to be implemented. Like you have to go through this class to get
No,
your certificate.
that's true. That is
You
true.
know what
It's
I
kind of
mean?
like when you do your citizenship,
Yeah.
you have to go through your U.S. government and all that
Right.
stuff.
Bro,
and-
my mom had her application in for like almost 20 freaking years.
Damn.
She barely got it.
Wow. Well, she got it. Damn, that's a long time waiting.
it was just in there, or she needed to do something like process something.
I don't really know the exact details. I don't know the exact
20
details.
years, bro. That's a long.
But it took her a
freaking
long
time.
ass time to get it.
That's her whole life almost.
Yeah. She got it though.
That's good. Good for her. Congratulations to her. But what y'all think? We end it here or?
I mean, are you done? It's 12:30.
Let me end it with one more scripture.
Script. Flip the script.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how to get into all that stuff, man. The
Into what?
politics, like to actually make a splash. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's those activists, the picket sign people.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how to really get into the system and try to make
Um,
things change. Because Charleston White, he does that. Like, he gets into for at least from what in some of his interviews that he's talked about, that dude like changes legislation or changes laws and rules and
Yeah, I mean,
wonder
so
how he
there's
did all
there's like a hierarchy that you get into politics. Like you have to of course somehow just for instance, like sheriffs, they have to be voted for, they have to be elected,
right.
things like that. So you could start off in law enforcement, you could start off being in the city council, things
Yeah.
like that. But you got to rub elbows
Elbows.
with people and kind of get into those
Yeah, 'cause I learned
positions
something
and
about that.
be elected or nominated. I mean, you as an American, you could actually like run for
America.
president if you wanted to, but you just gotta, of course, campaign and all that.
Yeah. No, I don't do all that.
No, I mean, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of like
Well,
the reality.
Americans,
Yeah.
yeah, it can go as far as that. I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like all this talk makes me like I would like to know some more of what's I guess the ins and outs because we can sit here and talk about it and share opinions, but what's the real ins and outs of being inside of that whole world? Because obviously there's rules and regulations. You
Yeah.
gotta follow them. You gotta do this
Yep.
just to get to this.
Yep.
There's gatekeepers. So you got to get through them and get through this, and it's like I'm sure there's a whole system
Yep.
through that thing.
Right. And you got to have some kind of influence. So, like going into it, like you have to have some kind of influence, like a community. Gosh, man, I can't even talk. Community leader of some kind. You just have to have a voice, and people,
Yeah.
react to what you say. Polarizing. Have a stance and stay firm on that stance. I just remembered I have these lights back there, and I didn't turn them on.
I didn't even know you had lights back there.
Yeah, I put them back there.
I totally forgot.
Screw it.
Hey, we're done with the damn podcast.
All right.
Alright.
Well, let me
Give
end
us
with
the
this
scripture.
psalm. I'm pretty sure the listeners are pretty familiar with this one. The valley of the shadow of death. Psalm 23, verse 4-6. So even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Perfect.
That said, peeps, you're not alone. This concludes another episode of the Turntables podcast. Please, if you could, comment. Let us know how you feel.
Subscribe, hit
What's
the
really going
noties,
on?
Like, adios.
You can send us an email too. We'll have it on the page
Yeah.
at Turntables Podcast
Turntables Podcast
at gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
Yeah, all right, y'all. Y'all be safe.
Peace and
See y'all next
love,
week.
guys.
Noise. That got a little controversial there.